Hi, this is Nicole Lee with Health Beauty and More, and I have some more tips for you. Um, they're all in different areas. Some are health related, and some are more household general things that will help you. Um, the first one is quite simple, and it's for people that like vases with cut flowers in them. The question that you might have is a little bit of bleach in the water. Is that going to hurt the flowers or help them? Maybe you've never thought of it before. I have never either. But apparently, evidence shows that it kills the bacteria if it's just the right amount. Just a small pinch, like just a maybe not even a quarter of a teaspoon, probably be plenty to put in a little vase. It actually helps the flowers last longer. Something I just learned. And something in the kitchen that you might be interested in hearing about is when you're cooking potatoes that have been sitting out at room temperature or warmer. Um, that's good that they're out of the refrigerator. That's probably better than storing them in the refrigerator. But the downside of it is that they can start sprouting. And if you start seeing them sprout, those spuds, you know, that's not that bad, and people are afraid you have to throw them away. Well, I would say if they just started sprouting, just cut that part out and do what you normally do and treat it like you would any other potato and cook it, and it'll be fine. Here's the one for you. SPF that you put on your skin when you're going outside so you don't have sunburns and skin irritations or aging skin. Skin protection is only good for outside. If you use it in a moisturizer at home, like at night, it actually starts clogging your pores. And you don't want that because the skin needs to be able to breathe. And if it's clogged, then you can actually get breakouts like pimples and other related things. So don't use a moisturizer with SPF at night. Use one without it. Okay, I know this is a difficult one, but I try to read labels, and oftentimes you find your favorite beverages are going to have a lot of sugar in them. It's not good if they have a lot of sugar in them. So one thing you can do is dilute that sugar because it's really high in caloric amounts, and your brain doesn't know the difference between food and water. It just knows sugar is sugar, and the calories are calories. So it can affect your body in a way that you put on weight and you don't want to, or put too much sugar in your body can be harmful anyway, and it also changes the way our bodies are supposed to be. The pH, which is the acid balance, it's not a balanced way to live. So go real easy on those. The sugar substitutes people use these days, I mean, they come out with studies on them, and eventually almost all of them are marked, don't, by dietitians, don't go with it because it's got a harmful effects, like Splenda with the formaldehyde in there, and most of them may not be natural. There are some that they haven't found to be too bad, and that's agave nectar, which comes from the cactus plant, and stevia. At this point, I think it's still considered okay to add to your beverages, like your teas, things that you drink. And if you're drinking water, it's always good to put a little bit of lemon in your water. It helps detoxify your blood and your system, and it's another way to cleanse it. People are always asking about eating nuts. Isn't that going to make me gain a lot of weight? Because aren't those really high in calories and fats? Well, there have been studies that have found that it can actually help people lose a little weight. Everything in moderation, of course. You don't want to eat a whole can in 20 minutes. But a couple handfuls of nuts can be healthy. I'm sure that they usually salt them, so if they're raw and unsalted, that's actually healthier for you than the ones with the added salt and the ones that are roasted. So that might help people so that it wards off disease like diabetes type 2. Wherever you go and you're wanting to grab something to eat, it's so easy to grab something that's processed food, especially when it's quickly made. It's probably processed food, and it's poisonous to our bodies. It's why there's a lot of Americans and other countries as well, but mostly Americans that have obesity problems. So if you don't want to get sick, try to stay away from junk food. It can really help. And it also, if you increase your fiber, because those processed foods really are lacking in fiber. Okay, there's also myths about coffee, and it's another thing I want to suggest to you. It's okay to drink coffee. In fact, in moderation, I think it can increase the antioxidants levels in your body, which is healthier. So don't be afraid to enjoy the coffee. Maybe it'll help you live longer. And I mean, I don't know proof-wise if that's been proven, but the latest studies have shown that it doesn't hurt you. Okay, fish. Fish is on something I like too, and maybe some of you like to eat fish more than meat. Well, of course, salmon is one that is always talked about, and it has a lot of omega-3 fatty acids in there, and that's really nutritious. They have other nutrients as well. So look at that, and I think tuna might be a good one, but there's a lot of them that might be too high in mercury. I really do trust my taste buds a lot, and my body tells me if something is safe or not. A lot of times I can tell just by tasting the fish if it's fresh. So try to listen to your body on that too. Always make sure you have enough sleep. This is a good health tip for people, and there's a lot of people that don't have much choice on that, but try to get enough rest, enough sleep. It really helps your body to recoup that sleep time and that REM sleep where you're dreaming. Also, add some probiotics to your diet if you're not already taking them. You can find those probiotics in live yogurt and yogurt that has the live cultures in it. Apparently sauerkraut is another one that's not commonly popular, but it is good for us. And as far as drinking water, it's always good to stay hydrated. It'll help you digest your food if you don't drink water with your food. Instead, drink it a half an hour before your meal. That'll help boost your metabolism, burn more calories. You can't, be afraid of drinking water before a meal, and it shouldn't be enough to where it fills you up so much that you're not hungry. It's just a glass of water or so is good for you half an hour or so before eating a meal. For those of you that don't get outside much, you need to get some sun. And if you live in an area where there isn't any sun, you've got to take vitamin D3. D is in dog. 41% of the population are low in this vitamin, and you need it for your bones. It also can help your mood to get some sun. Your diet should be mainly fruits and vegetables. Of course, you do need protein, and the sources of protein are, I don't eat red meat, but meats in general, nuts, eggs, egg yolk part of it. When you're cooking eggs, I usually, if I'm having an omelet or just, making more than 2 eggs, I only put 1 yolk in, and then the rest I throw the other 2 yolks away because it's a little too much for cholesterol. You also have to get some walking or cardio exercising. It's really going to help perk you up, make you feel healthier, and it's good to get some fresh air outside. So also another thing I want to talk about is when you're cooking with oils, read the labels, look for the ones that are low in saturated fats. If when you shake the bottle of oil, if it is loose like water, it's probably low in saturated fats. That's just an eyeball test, and you can also verify it by reading the labels. So limit your carbohydrates, and anyone that likes rice, go for the dark, like the brown rice, not the white fluffy stuff that's lacking in nutrition. But brown rice, or the ones you get at Trader Joe's that look like a mixed brown and golden rice, are best. Herbs are good for you, especially the fresh ones. They help with anti-inflammatory, and they have antioxidants in them. Also, keep your weight at a healthy weight. And overall, just listen to your body. This is Nicole with Health, Beauty, and More, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Good night.